It was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime. May 30th, 2005, 18-year-old Natalee Holloway, fresh from her high school graduation, lands in the sun-drenched paradise of Aruba. She's with 100 of her classmates, ready to celebrate the future. She calls home full of excitement, promising to check in again soon, but that call would never come. Just days later, Natalee would vanish without a trace, sparking one of the most haunting and enduring mysteries of the 21st century. Natalee Ann Holloway, born October 21, 1986, was a vibrant, outgoing young woman from Mountain Brook, Alabama. Her family remembers her as a loving daughter, full of laughter and light. The graduation trip to Aruba was a well-deserved reward for years of hard work. A final hurrah with friends before they all went their separate ways. The group checked in to the Flamingo Beach Resort, and the celebration began. They explored the island, soaked up the sun, and prepared for a night out. It was a picture-perfect start to their adventure. That evening, around 10 p.m., Natalee and her friends left the hotel. Their destination was a popular spot called Carlos and Charlie's Bar. Later, they moved on toward another bar, the Lazy Lizard. Eyewitnesses saw Natalee dancing and socializing, having a great time, just like any other teenager on vacation. But around 1:30 in the morning, the night took a fateful turn. Natalee was seen leaving with 3 young men, a Dutch national named Joran van der Sloot, and 2 local brothers, Deepak and Satish Kalpo. This would be the last confirmed sighting of Natalee Holloway. The next morning, panic set in. Her friends woke up to find her bed empty. Her passport, packed luggage, and cell phone were still in her room, untouched. There were no obvious signs of a struggle, but Natalee was gone. The idyllic vacation had turned into a nightmare. Her friends immediately alerted the authorities, and a frantic search was launched. Aruban law enforcement scrambled into action. Divers plunged into the clear Caribbean waters, searching the ocean floor. Police teams combed through rugged caves and dense wetlands. Every van, every remote corner of the island was checked. The search was massive, but it yielded nothing. From the very beginning, one name kept coming up: Joran van der Sloot. He was one of the last people seen with Natalee, and his story just didn't add up. When questioned by police, van der Sloot gave multiple, conflicting accounts of what happened. At first, he claimed he dropped Natalee off at her hotel. Then he said he left her on the beach. His story changed with every telling, a tangled web of contradictions that immediately raised suspicion. The Kalpo brothers were also brought in for questioning. Their stories shifted to 2. They were arrested, questioned, released, and then re-interviewed, but the truth remained elusive. As days turned into weeks, the case exploded into an international media frenzy. American investigators and the FBI joined the effort, but the investigation was plagued with problems. Natalee's mother, Beth Holloway, became a relentless advocate for her daughter. She appeared on news programs and talk shows, her face etched with a mother's anguish, pleading for answers and organizing volunteer search parties. Her determination kept Natalee's story in the headlines, turning a missing person case into a global phenomenon. Over the years, a frustrating cycle of hope and despair repeated itself. Dozens of leads emerged, each one a potential breakthrough. There were alleged sightings of Natalee in South America, cruel hoaxes claiming she was alive and well, and dark tips about her being sold into human trafficking. Every single lead turned out to be a dead end, leaving her family heartbroken time and time again. In 2007, Beth offered a $250,000 reward for any information that would lead to her daughter's return. The money went unclaimed. Then, in 2008, a chilling development sent shockwaves through the case. Joran Sloot was arrested in Peru for the brutal murder of another young woman, Stephanie Flores. The crime occurred on May 30th, exactly 5 years to the day after Natalee disappeared. This horrifying event fueled speculation that Sloot was a predator who had killed before. Despite this, Aruban prosecutors struggled to build a solid murder case against him for Natalee's disappearance. The evidence was weak, and crucial mistakes had been made in the early days of the investigation. The legal battles dragged on. In 2010, the Calpo brothers, who had been repeatedly questioned and detained, filed a lawsuit claiming false imprisonment. The entire affair strained diplomatic relations between the United States and Aruba. In 2012, Natalee was legally declared deceased, and her estate filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Sloot and the Calpo brothers. Sloot, from his prison cell in Peru, dismissed the lawsuit as baseless. For years, it seemed like the case had hit a permanent dead end. But then, in 2024, nearly 2 decades after Natalee vanished, a bombshell. Joran Sloot, as part of a plea deal for extorting money from the Holloway family, finally offered what many have called a confession. He admitted that after Natalee rejected his advances on the beach, he bludgeoned her with a cinder block and pushed her body into the ocean. He admitted to lying for years, manipulating investigators, and causing immeasurable pain. For this, he was sentenced to 20 years in a U.S. federal prison to be served after he completes his sentence in Peru. So, is this the end of the story? Not quite. Even with this confession, critical questions remain. In Aruba, prosecutors are re-examining the evidence, but as of today, no murder charges have been filed against Sloot in Natalee's case. His confession was part of a plea deal, and its legal standing in an Aruban court is complex. And most importantly, Natalee's body has never been found. Without a body, without definitive physical evidence, the case remains forensically incomplete. After all these years exposed to the elements of the ocean, some experts believe that recovering any usable DNA would be nearly impossible. The theories that have circulated over the past 2 decades are a testament to the uncertainty. Was she murdered on the beach, as Sloot now claims? Was she abducted and trafficked? Did something else happen, an accident that was covered up? His confession provides a narrative, but it does unprovide the one thing her family has always longed for, the chance to bring Natalee home. Natalee Holloway's case has become a symbol of a flawed investigation, the challenges of international law, and the profound, unending pain of not knowing. For her family, especially her mother Beth, the search has never truly ended. Beth Holloway has transformed her grief into action, becoming a powerful advocate for other missing persons and dedicating her life to honoring her daughter's memory. This case changed things. It altered how Americans think about travel safety. It highlighted the immense power of media pressure, and it reshaped the landscape of victim advocacy. It led to reforms in how the U.S. State Department issues travel warnings. It has been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and TV specials. Yet it remains the quintessential unsolved mystery of our time. The story of Natalee Holloway resonates so deeply because it's more than just a true crime story. It's about a life cut tragically short, a family haunted by unanswered questions, and a quest for justice that has spanned the globe. Even with a confession, the void remains. What truly happened on that Aruban beach, and will the full truth ever be known? In memory of Natalee, we remember her smile, her spirit, and the bright future that was stolen from her. May the search for truth finally bring her family the peace and closure they have sought for so long. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that matters. We'll see you next time.